Hello, hey, we're here with the crew from the table, and we're getting ready to ask some questions to some very brilliant minds here. Right? Come on now. All right, so the first question I want to ask is how are you handling the challenge of ministry while also working a full-time job? Because there's definitely some challenges that go along with that. So, who wants to go first?
My first thought was chocolate, but that's actually cookies and chocolate. I don't know. I think it's been a challenge, and I feel like a strong person, and I like to stay within my realm and push myself, but still be able to do what I'm supposed to do. And I think this is taking it to another level where. And it's challenged to rely on the Lord to give you strength and mental capacity to do things, and it's open an opportunity for the Lord to work in a lot of different ways. So
Sure. Yeah. What's your challenge?
I mean, I don't really know what it's like to not do this. So, since this is my first out of college job experience, I don't really know anything different. Not that doesn't make it challenging, but it's been a set of challenges to the adjustment of that, just figuring out how to be more self-motivated sometimes, or draw a line and say that you need to rest sometimes, and just figuring out the balance of all of that. I think it's a big challenge in it.
I know, Sam, when you guys first moved here, you got a job at a nonprofit. And so I know the challenge was doing ministry and doing ministry.
Yeah.
And so how did you balance that?
I think that it was, or I assumed it would be, probably more difficult than it actually proved to be, dividing my passions in that way, because I feel like what I was doing in my day-to-day, I want to really care about that, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to care about what we were doing at the table also. So it kind of proved to be God's opportunity to show me how I could be passionate about both things, but it was definitely still a balancing act of all of the mental energy that it took to care about so much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's an answer.
Sure. I mean, I know for me that when I was in full-time ministry, it seemed like it was easy to focus on ministry and the family. And so now with ministry being like the third option, because you work and then you have your family and then you have ministry, it just seems like it's added a whole new dimension, because you can't do everything. I can't do everything that I used to be able to do. And so that's been the biggest challenge for me, is just balancing all of that. All right. What about your favorite community or a relationship building event in 2015 at the table?
I thoroughly enjoyed the ladies' chocolate evening that we played. We found a cool chocolate shop in Maplewood and took a group of ladies, which ended up being a lot of people inviting friends, so people that I had never met before. And so I think it was just kind of out of the box. It was an entirely new experience for everyone. And so we had a lot of fun. It was good.
Just wanted to make sure it was still recording.
I don't think I have very many to choose from.
All right. For me, by far, it was the camp out in May. the rain out camp out, when we all just got soaked. We went down to Quiver River State Park, rented a few campsites, and it was dry some, so we got to cook brats and hot dogs and put up like open air canopy tents so that we could kind of stay dry. But then we got wet and got to spend some time.
Sleeping part.
Yes, especially for the sleeping part, it was kind of crazy. but I think that was one of the first events that kind of brought us together.
I liked when we went, we had another ladies' night, which was the first one that I was here for, but we painted pottery. But it was shortly after we had kind of combined in the fall. And so it was really my first interaction with Shirley and Robin. And I sat at a table with both of them. And that was just really funny to get to know Shirley and this little dog that she painted. That was so funny, and it took her forever to get it done. Like, I was done painting and I was like, do you want my help? But that was just really fun, and being newer than everyone else, it was nice to get to interact with them and pull them in a little bit, and it was just a lot of fun to not be artistic and try to be artistic with everyone.
All right, Jake, how can you not say the fishing trip where you whooped everybody fishing?
I was gonna say the stick picking up. I thought that was pretty neat. Everybody out there in our bright green shirts from the St. Charles Parks and Rec people, and really cleaning up a really nasty spot on the river, and felt like made a difference when we got done. There was a lot of limbs picked up.
All right. Well, last question. What are you looking forward to the most for the table in 2016?
The new building.
Yeah. All right.
To be done.
I hope we get to have a lot of new friends.
Yeah. New friends, new building. Everything's an experiment, right? All right. Well, we'll see you later.